Our MFL Marmac Coach Conversation brought to you by Birdnow Chevrolet, by Havlicek Trucking, and by Meyer Auto Service, where we're here with head coach Dan Anderson. And coach, a 35-13 win down at El Burnett on Friday night for the second straight week. Your team scored 21 points in the first quarter. Obviously, your kids have been ready to play from the get-go. What do you credit that to?
We just had a good game plan. The kids felt comfortable with what we're doing. We didn't try to throw too much at them. We thought we had them well scouted. We found a few things on film that gave us, tipped us off to when they were going to run and pass. And so the kids went in, very confident that we were going to get the win. Special teams played awesome again. We ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and then we scored on the second play that we had the ball on offense. So we were up 13-0 again right away at the beginning of the first quarter, and that takes a little bit of that pressure off.
Talk about your special teams unit. Carter Decker took a punt back last week, took a kickoff back this week. Carter gets the headlines for it, but I'm sure the rest of the 10 guys are doing their job as well. What do you credit your solid special teams play to here in the early going? Everybody, puts time into their special teams, and, I wouldn't say we put extra time into it, but we really coach the small things. We do things in drills and practice, things called full speed decision drills that are tailored right to our special teams. We work a lot on our, shimmying down and our tackling in open field, which help us a lot. But, a lot of that credit just goes to good blocking up front. Before we received that opening kickoff, I talked to the guys and let them know that, we don't have to have big devastating hits and blocks on special teams. We just have to make sure we're keeping our feet moving and staying with our guys and being sticky with our blocks. And those guys did. There was no El Burnett kids laying flat on their backs on that kickoff return. It's just our guys stayed with their blocks, kept their feet moving, and Decker was able to see a seam and he took it. He's got lots of speed, so once he's in the clear, there's not too many guys that are going to catch him. And I know Carter's gotten the headlines for the special teams play in the first couple of weeks, but he's doing very well on the defensive side of the ball. Second straight week, he was your leading tackler, 9.5 tackles, 8 solos, and 2 TFLs last week. How was Carter getting it done on the defensive side?
He's playing strong safety for us, and a lot of that credit goes to those guys in front of him that are eating up blockers. And again, we're trying to put him where we think that the offense is going to be running the ball, and give credit to the guys like Hunter Meyer and Tyler Willie and Chauncey Dran and Cullen McShane and some of those guys in front of him that are taking on those blockers, and he's fast, and he's aggressive, and he's there to make the plays. So a lot of credit goes to the guys in front of him.
And your defense as a whole, only giving up 13 points, 8 tackles for a loss, and 1 sack. That kind of points out what you were just talking about. You agree?
Oh yeah, and everybody got to play again, which is great. A lot of those young kids, we brought along some freshmen and some sophomores, and they all got to play in that fourth quarter. And we were up 35-6 with about 11 minutes left of the game, and we let all those young guys get in there. And when they scored their last touchdown, we had a lot of younger guys in there, but we let them play. We don't care if they gave up the touchdown. We just want to get some film on them and coach them up and see where they need to improve. And we saw some really great things out of some of those young guys, and the future's bright for this team. So.
And when you get everybody in the first 2 weeks of the season and reward all their hard work with some playing time, and you're able to do that through the first 2 weeks, is that just kind of add an extra step to everybody's enthusiasm the next week of practice?
Yeah, those kids deserve to play too. They work hard in practice. They do a great job as the scout team for us. Everybody has a role on our football team. They understand that even if you're not a starter, you're still important to our football team. And I think everybody, they understand that, and they take pride in what they do. And everybody deserves to play when they're busting their butt in practice. And so I tell those starters, you get the job done early, and these young guys deserve a chance to play. And, we see a lot of things. I think that's how you develop a program. You can't just keep your horses in there all the time. A lot of these young guys got to get a chance to get their feet wet. So, if someone goes down with an injury, it's not the first time they're going in a varsity football game.
And a tough test coming up for you this Friday night as Wapsie Valley is your opponent. What do you expect out of the Warriors?
They've got they're a traditionally strong football program, always are, and they have been for a long time. They got tons of speed on defense and on offense. They're senior dominated. They've got 9 seniors starting on defense and 2 juniors.
you don't see that very often in Class A football, but they have a very strong senior class. Those guys have been starting since their sophomore year. I guess besides that, we're going to have to be more physical. We've asked a lot out of our skill guys the first couple of weeks while our young offense and defensive lines have got things figured out, and our skill guys have come through. And now it's our chance for our offense and defensive line to shine this week. Wapsie, they don't have any weaknesses, but they do have a young offense and defensive line also. If there is a young part of their team, because their skill guys are as good as they come. So we're going to be matched, man for man by our skill guys for sure. Maybe they might even be better than us at some of those positions. But, our offensive line and defensive line have got to come through this week for us if we're going to win.
All right, Coach, keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck in a big game coming up on Friday night.
All right. Thanks, Darren.
This MFL Marmac Coach Conversation brought to you by Birdnow Chevrolet, Havlicek Trucking, and Meyer Auto Service.